We're here in the beautiful Paris at the Paris Blockchain Week Summit, and we meet interesting people like Jack Louis from Wanchain. How are you doing, Jack?
Very good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you have a good conference?
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Wanchain, you were actually one of the most anticipated ICOs. How do you look back on the whole ICO phase?
Well, I think ICO is timing is very important, right? I think, we were in the right timing or in the bull market at that time, right? There are a lot of hype, of course, for many of the projects, and certainly we were one of them, right? I felt very lucky, right? And the project was well known around the world, right? And it gave us really good foundation for us to move forward. And I'm just very happy today in this conference. So many people just walk up to me saying they're a fan and they know about this project. Very supportive. I'm so happy about it. Yeah.
All right. So the whole objective of Wanchain is to actually connect all the different chains, interoperability.
Yeah. WAN stands for Wide Area Network. Right, we are trying to create a network of blockchains. Right, so the first step is connect to the major chains. So last year we bridged the largest two largest crypto communities, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Right, and this year we're working on EOS. Right, hopefully we're building more blockchains. At the same time, before the end of the year, we'll integrate with one of the enterprise-based solutions, like private chain or consortium chains. We're looking for a perfect use case, see whether it makes sense to bring some of the assets from the enterprise world into the public chain area. So we are the connector, right? Yeah. We call it Open Finance Connected, right? Yeah. So we want to make sure that decentralized finance not only living on one chain, but for many different chains. Yeah.
All right. So, and if we have interoperable chains, it brings us more scalability, more speed, or more security as well, or?
Yeah. So I think this is one of the solutions to solve the scalability issue we are facing, right? You have many different chains, and each chain is in charge of doing one specific tasks or one specific, let's say, industry use case, right? So you basically instead of asking one chain to do one thing, a lot of things, you basically create multiple chains and doing specific things in each of these chains. And of course, these chains are connected together, right? So this is one of the solutions to solve we call it layer 1 or layer 2 solutions we have today to scale the blockchain industry. Yeah.
So actually Wanchain is a connector, like a bridge between, for instance, Bitcoin, Ethereum network. I mean,
well, Wanchain itself is a public chain by itself, right? But we're also connecting the other chains. So we build bridges between Wanchain and the other chains. Yeah. So if you look at over here, right? So we build bridges between all these different chains. Yeah. So we are ourselves is a public chain, but at the same time we are building bridges to all the different chains.
All right. And for 2019 is like a building year for lots of projects. You're talking about a private chain as well. So you're also working with corporates to actually provide your technology, or?
Yeah. We have been looking to the enterprise world, right? Just a few months ago, we started working with one of the European-based company called Telefonica, right? On the mobile phone side. Nice. We partnered with their local branch called 11 Path, also Rivets and Civic. These three companies trying to make a secure cross-chain wallet on mobile phone. Right? Oh, wow. I think the decentralized world, or I think for the mass adoption, mobile phone is very important. True. So we work with these different partners trying to find the best use case for cross-chain technologies. I think mobile phone is a very good place for us to get started. Right? And at the same time, we are looking at the enterprise side as well, right? We think that for point of sales or e-commerce, right? Yeah. They want to accept many different coins in the future, right? Yeah. Including fiat-backed stable coins, right? So they need a cross-chain solution as well. Yeah. So we think that for mobile phone and also POS, I mean, point of sale systems, Wanchain has a big space there. Yeah.
And you're also partnering with Pundi X, isn't it? Yeah. And what's the project about?
Well, we announced the partnership with Pundi X last year. We are working on multiple different fronts. One is on the mobile side, right? They integrate Wan coins, make sure that it's working on their POS system, and at the same time they also have a mobile solution. And we have more details coming up probably in the next few weeks. And we are partnering with them. I think from Pundi X perspective, they want to build a POS for crypto. So in that place, I think cross-chain technology is very important. Certainly, you don't want to install like hundreds of different wallets for company, right? So cross-chain technology is very well needed. Yeah.
They're also working on a phone. So do you think Wanchain technology will be used for their wallet, for instance, or?
Certainly, yeah. That's our hope, and the details will come out very, very soon. Yeah, yeah.
All right,
yeah.
All right. So if you look at the market, I mean, prices have dropped. Lots of private investors was also investing in Wanchain. How do you look to the market right now? Are you bullish or bearish or?
Okay, yeah, I think the market goes up and down, right? In the past 1 year or so, it's just a roller coaster for everybody, right? I've been in this space for quite a while. I experienced the last bust, right? 13 and 14, and I also experienced the internet bust back in 2000, right? So I think any space just operate like this, right? Especially in the crypto, it's magnified by the global players around the world, 24 hours by 7, right? And it's just a bigger roller coaster for us, right? But I think for us as a project, we really have to focus on long term. We cannot act just for short-term gains, right? I think our project has to create value, right? Create use cases and actually have adoption, right? I think that's very, very important. Right? We need to focus on what we can deliver, right? Yep. The market will come back, right, sooner or later, right? And I'm always very optimistic, right? I'm very conservative in a certain way, but I'm very optimistic in the crypto space. I think this is the industry will sooner or later will come back very soon. Yeah.
All right. All right. Mm-hmm. Last question. Of course, we have Wanchain. Perhaps you have two other projects that you really like. Actually, do you?
Well, there are several other projects. And when we launched our project, we partnered with Aeon and Icon. Yeah. Right? And also, we've been talking with Polkadot or Cosmos. Actually, I've been talking to them today. We're on the same stage together, right? And all these different projects are solving the same problem or similar problems, but each one of us will probably have very different solutions, right? Yeah. And we're trying to tackle the same problem. But what my point of view is, all of us needs to, in the same space, just like crypto space, we need to be open and cooperative, right? We're trying to create a better future for all of us, for the industry. So I'm very open for any cooperation, and that's why we create this interoperability alliance, right? And be very open to everybody. And we recently joined Hyperledger and the EEA for the standardization of the interoperability as well, right? Yeah. I think sooner or later, all of us have to sit down and come up with the standards, just like TCP/IP or HTTP, TTP, or many other standardized protocols in the internet world. I think sooner or later we will come to that point. But right now, it's early for us, so all of us just work heads down, get the network connected, and we can connect to each other and come up with the standards. I think that's a brighter future for us.
All right. Thank you very much, Jack, for your time. All the best with your project, and yeah, hopefully see you in Europe soon. Or
Definitely. All right. Thanks so much.